In James Gunn's latest film Super, a do-it-yourself superhero, Rainn Wilson, and his sidekick, Ellen Page, try to rescue his wife, Liv Tyler, from Kevin Bacon. If you're like me, the first thing you thought after seeing the trailer was, this is a cheap ripoff of Kick-Ass. But it turns out that this was actually written before Kick-Ass, and neither copied off the other, apparently, because it's not like it's a groundbreaking concept, to be honest. But obviously the comparison between Super and Kick-Ass is going to be made, and has been made, so it's inevitable that I will have to, compare them, I guess. But before I do that, I will talk about Super just on its own. I thought it was funny, but it definitely did not meet my expectations, because based on the cast, I thought it was going to be much better than it was, and unfortunately, a lot of it felt very forced and almost desperate to be outrageous, whereas Kick-Ass, this is where my comparison comes in, Kick-Ass kind of felt like everything came naturally. All of the outrageous and crazy things that happened felt natural in the movie. And in Super, like I said, it seemed like they were desperate to do the craziest thing they could possibly do, and it just never felt genuine to me, and for that reason, it definitely suffered. The acting was great. Rainn Wilson's great, Ellen Page was fantastic, Liv Tyler was Liv Tyler, and Kevin Bacon I thought was awesome. I love Kevin Bacon. The acting definitely wasn't an issue because everyone was excellent, especially Ellen Page, though, really. She was fantastic. She really made the whole thing. Visually it was okay. It definitely felt like, it almost felt like a do-it-yourself superhero movie, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's exactly what it felt like to me. But then the problem is, like I said, everything felt very forced. And I understand that that's kind of like what they were going for, apparently, but I don't like that. You know, it didn't really work for me. The humor was okay, like, obviously some of it was funny, a good amount of it, just because the cast is very funny. But, like I said, the whole, desperateness to it, sort of, didn't really work with a lot of the jokes kind of felt desperate, so that also was affected by that feeling that I got from it. So even though I'm not suggesting at all that this is a ripoff of Kick-Ass, because now I know the facts, or, what I've been told is that they were written at the same time, unaware of each other, that whole thing. But, honestly, even on its own, not compared to Kick-Ass, it was okay, definitely not as good as I was expecting. I really, it was kind of disappointing, because, with that cast and with the concept, I love that concept, I really thought it was going to be much better. But, it kind of seems like there's a humor to it that, if you don't get that humor, then you're just not going to like the movie, and it almost feels like a cult classic type of thing, like it'll gain a pretty good cult following, So, good for them, good for anybody that's a huge fan of this, but it definitely was not my thing. So, that's Super. Let me know in the comments and in video responses what you thought of Super. Let me know if you were expecting more, or if you pretty much got what you were hoping for. And that's pretty much it. I'm moving this chair a lot.